Ready for game two of this basketball doubleheader. It's the men's turn to play hoops on the hard court here at the Dome. Reinhardt travels to Bluefield to take on the Rams in this AAC showdown. Welcome back to the Dome, everybody. Bailey Engel here on the call for you. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield College snapping a losing skid just a few days ago in Laurinburg, North Carolina, with a big performance from Naquan Cousins. The senior from North Carolina scored 31 points against the St. Andrews Knights en route to a 97-69 win. Now they welcome a Reinhardt team 5-12 on the year, trying to gain their footing in the AAC. Right now at 4-8 in the conference. Rams 7-11, 6-7 in the AAC. Chris Rogers walks to the middle for Reinhardt, joined by his teammates Blake McIntyre, as well as the guard in the back, Marcus Kirkland, joined by Jordan Wright as well, and Cyfor on the far side. Omega Stick getting the start for Bluefield, as well as Nick Roberts, Jeremiah Jenkins, Naquan Cousins, all on the floor for the Rams, with Damari Sexton in the front court. Ball is swatted in the back court and picked away by Roberts, and Bluefield College has the ball to start out. Far corner, Omega Stitt spins the ball up top. Damari Sexton puts it back on the deck and passes over to Jeremiah Jenkins. Rams have kind of looked slow in the past couple of games here at the Dome. They lost to Union in a heartbreaker in overtime, trying to get back into the winning ways at home, as Sexton, with 5 on the shot clock, finds Cousins, loops up a 3 from the corner, rattles home, and it's a good way to start out the ball game. 3-0, Rams lead already after that long possession. Running the point across the far court, or far side of the court, it's Blake McIntyre as he passes to the top of the arc for Jamison Cyfor. Cyfor D'd up by Damari Sexton as now Cyfor pivots for space, looks for the backdoor cut to McIntyre, picks the ball up, his pass down low, swatted away, back into the hands of Cyfor. Pump fake from the right block and rolls it in to make it a 1-point game. Wasn't a pretty offensive possession to say the least for Reinhardt, but they got the basket to fall anyway. Maya Jenkins finds Naquan Cousins. The two transferred here, Cousins transferred here and got here Jeremiah Jenkins freshman year. So they've been here the same amount of time. Passes in the near side. Damari Sexton, the transfer, pulls up left baseline. Nothing but net from 11 feet away. Makes it 5-2 in favor of Bluefield College, as Blake McIntyre, wearing number 21, the freshman from Beaufort, Georgia, dogs over into the far corner. Handoff gives to Jordan Wright and returns it on the near side for Marcus Kirkland. Kirkland passes Cyfor, left elbow, retreats it back out, and clapping in his face is Omega Stitt on defense with 18:20 left to go in the first half. Long drive in, Kirkland, layup off the back iron and rolls through the nylon. Makes it a 1-point game at 5-4. Both teams with 0 empty possession so far after his midcourt press. Jeremiah Jenkins jumps a pass to Damari Sexton, returns it back to the point guard at the logo. Well, Bluefield College putting Naquan Cousins back in the starting lineup. Richard Morgan doing so as Nick Roberts misses from 15 feet on the left elbow. Usually mid-ranges are his specialty, but that one can't fall. Back into the front court, going left to right, Jamison Cyfor. Bounce down low to the big man, and Chris Rogers pulls around, hits the shot with the foul. He missed, but either way, he's going to go to the line. Keeps the score at 5-4. Chris Rogers, the junior, standing at 6'8" from Atlanta, Georgia. Not that far away from Waleska, Georgia, as he almost hit the roof on that free throw. Very high, and ties the game at 5-5. Richard Morgan, the former UVA star, talking this one over with Nick Roberts, a new player for Bluefield College this year. Rogers hits both. Stevens in the game instead of Omega Stitt. Apologies there, as Reinhardt has a 6-5 lead. Stevens passes it back for Naquan Cousins, who can run the point for Bluefield. Bullets a pass into the far corner. Sexton had a little bit of space and then just waits for everybody to get back into the offensive end. Stevens in the near corner with 11:30 left to go in this first half, and make it 17:30 as Sexton lob inside, tipped and stolen away. Here comes Josh Daniels off of a substitution. Euro step in the lane, looks for a pass. Instead, it's swatted in the air by Sexton. Looped down to Paris Stevens, who picked the ball up. Nearly had his ankle picked there as Roberts goes for the alley-oop, and, well, he just hit a cheerleader in the process, as well as a WVVA reporter, and Ashley Smith. So that one goes out of bounds, back into the hands of Reinhardt, looking for a play to hoop it up early, trying to get the student section that has accumulated couple days before the start of the 2020 spring semester. Rams return back to class on Monday, and we see a good amount of the kids already back here. So Blake McIntyre walks across the logo for Reinhardt, wearing number 21. Reinhardt in the navy blue jerseys. Jordan emblem on the front with the Reinhardt letters in yellow on the back and the front. New player in is Josh Daniels, bounces inside, and a foul called on Bluefield off of the ball. Foul is booked on Bluefield College's Nick Roberts, I believe. Blake McIntyre swings the ball in. Josh Daniels retreats it back out to the left wing. Looks for help, picks his dribble back up, and bounces on to Syfor. Syfor cuts it back inside, looking for an inside dish, and another foul called. Marcus Kirkland is going for the feed to the new big man in, and Cameron Walters. Another 6'8" man for Reinhardt. McIntyre slaps the ball, gives it inside to Walters, returns McIntyre to the far wing. Passes back up top to Josh Daniels, rises from 15 feet from the right elbow, no good, as Cousins skies to the rim and gets the rebound. Into the front court goes Jeremiah Jenkins, curls the ball back to the top of the key, and starts on a high bouncing dribble to feed to Roberts, and returns back to Jeremiah Jenkins, backs it up right in front of that student section. Jenkins penetrates in, finds Sexton, near corner three. No good off of the iron, and pulled down at a defensive rebound by Jamison Syfor. Syfor with a hard pass up top. Back around the arc goes Reinhardt. Backing in is Walters. Walters returns McIntyre near corner, penetrates inside. Fadeaway jumper tickles the twine on a long two to make it 8-5. 15:55 left to go in the first half. And the full court press off of the make for Reinhardt starting to amp up. But Jeremiah Jenkins got the ball across the timeline with a little bit of time to waste. Nick Roberts, ball swatted away by Walters, and it goes onto the sideline for Reinhardt. So Cameron Walters, the junior from Jackson, Georgia, with a defensive poke there. And the Rams have yet to put in a substitute. New man in for Reinhardt is Dustin Ladson. Sexton swings it towards the logo for Jeremiah Jenkins, who gets it off of a high bounce. 10 on the shot clock, 15:40 game clock. Rams down by 3. Cousins passes far corner Stevens. 5 in the shot clock for Stevens. Has to make a move. 4 in the shot clock. Goes inside on Roberts. Roberts has to shoot it. He doesn't know about the shot clock, and he just kept dribbling. Shot clock violation, and Bluefield College gives up the ball on another turnover. Halts the clock at 15:27 remaining in the first half. Rams down by 3 after the opening 3 nailed by Naquan Cousins. Guard to pass it in, Marcus Kirkland, and the give over to the junior from Atlanta, Josh Daniels, standing in at 5'11", one of the shorter players on the floor right now. Daniels veers to the left off of a screen, and Stevens follows him there. Pick and roll down low, and a long bullet inside to Walters. Kick out right wing 3, off of the mark on a bad miss by Dustin Ladson. And the defensive rebound goes in the hands of Jeremiah Jenkins. Jenkins meanders his way across the timeline with 15 left. Alley-oop completed. Rams were looking for that earlier. Naquan Cousins slams it home and makes it a 1-point game. Timeout called by Reinhardt. It's 8-7 after the dunk from the junior. Make it the senior. Reinhardt leading by 1. It's 8-7. Josh Daniels walking the ball across midcourt. The point guard picking up on the defense. Nick Roberts with a foul at midcourt. Almost poked the ball loose cleanly, but it got a piece of the guard. And it is the third foul on Bluefield. By the way, with 14:49 left to go in the first half, Reinhardt has yet to commit a foul. Rams with all three of them as Ben Grove checks in. Roberts goes out. A little bit of size down low for Bluefield as Bluefield's big man matches up with Reinhardt's big man on the right block and Chris Rogers. Josh Daniels with possession, jogs and sprints back inside, slips and rolls a pass to McIntyre. Near corner, it's good. That was unorthodox as they come, and it's 11-7 in favor of Reinhardt. Full court press off of the make. Stevens fights the ball across the timeline. Jeremiah Jenkins pumps a three. No good. Rattles into the hands of McIntyre. 4-point lead for Reinhardt, trying to sprint the ball forward. Top of the key, McIntyre back, right wing three, he's dialed in, 14-7. Richard Morgan burns a timeout to try to end the momentum swing. It is a 7-point game, back-to-back threes made by McIntyre. Welcome back. Rams call a timeout to try to end this skid. 14-7, Reinhardt leads the team 5-12 on the year, 4-8 in the AAC. Jenkins fights his way across the timeline with 14:05 left to go in the first half. New man in for Bluefield, DeMonte Evans, a hero against Milligan in 2019. Now looking for some production against Reinhardt as he launches a tray and connects right in front of the Reinhardt bench. That's what the Rams wanted out of the timeout. Makes it a 4-point game, 14-10 after the transfer nails the triple. Into the front court, Josh Daniels. Rams defense trying to look up and pick up the switch as Ben Grove D'd up the guard. Instead of passing to the right wing, McIntyre, who's hit back-to-back threes, beats it back top of the key, and here's Syfor. Syfor turned around, bounce pass down low, looking for a spin move, triple team there. Kick out from Kirkland, back and around, here comes McIntyre. Three, nothing but net. He has not missed seemingly in an hour, 17-10. 7-point lead, Evans lost the ball. It's picked by McIntyre, went out of bounds, Bluefield College ball. Rams look frantic. The energy for Reinhardt is a bit overwhelming for Bluefield College at the moment. They have the athleticism to beat this team. McIntyre is almost single-handedly killing them with the threes from the same spot. Press off of the turnover, and Bluefield College gets the ball back into the front court. Naquan Cousins gives to Jeremiah Jenkins and dishes it back to Cousins. Rams setting up in the offense with Cousins going down low. Evans drives inside, underhands Ben Grove. Didn't like what he saw. Finds an open Naquan Cousins, near corner three, on the way, no good. Offensive rebound to Mari Sexton. Puts the shot clock back at 20, 12:50 game clock. Lob inside to Naquan Cousins, and he charges as he goes up for the long, make it mid-range two. Chris Rogers drawing the charge. It's the fourth foul on Bluefield. Reinhardt has yet to commit a foul in this first half. 12:49 left to play in the first half. And the score remains 17-10, a 7-point lead for Reinhardt. Back for Reinhardt, ready to inbound the ball. Jordan Wright and passes into Blake McIntyre. And now the Rams kicking up a bit of full court press. Sexton working on Jordan Wright. Passes top of the key to double zeros. Jared Hurd into the ball game for the first time. He jogs his way onto the side of the far wing, dribbles the ball out of bounds off the body of Evans with 14 on the shot clock. So Reinhardt going into Bluefield's defensive pressure as well, leading by 7 after 3 sank by McIntyre. Passing the ball inside, this time will be Syfor. Syfor gets the ball back on a handoff with now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Syfor hands it back off, and here comes Blake McIntyre. McIntyre with the give to Jared Hurd. 3 on the shot clock, passes far side. Syfor pumps a 3, he's blocked. It's a shot clock violation, but the Rams get the ball back before they even call it. Maya Jenkins underhands to Mari Sexton, spins it near wing for DeMonte Evans, puts it on the deck, bullets down low. Ben Grove, reverse layup from the left block to the right block, kicks off the window, counts for 2, 17-12. Great ball movement by Bluefield there, being patient and trying to find the open shot. And Ben Grove, although he wasn't open, used his athleticism to create the two. 11:50 left to go in this game after the Atlanta native hit the shot. Jordan Wright passes back top of the key. Syfor feeds right wing McIntyre. Evans jumps inside of him. Syfor in the near corner returns McIntyre. Pumps a long three, no good from pro length with the shot clock running down. And as the ball hit the rim, it was almost recovered by Reinhardt to throw the ball back in bounds, but instead he stepped out of bounds in the effort. So the Rams get the ball back on the near side of the baseline. With 11:32 left to go in the first half, Rams are down by 5. Now Omega Stitt's in for the first time in the game. Stitt the guard with a crossover dribble on the man-to-man from Blake McIntyre. Backs his way across the timeline and passes near side Evans. Evans with a man in his face, and Dustin Latson gives it right back to the point guard at the logo. Bluefield down by 5. Good shimmy shake move by Sexton. Skies to the rim and one Bluefield. Sexton on a great dribble drive. It could have been a charge, but instead a block. Big man with a right hand went to the lane and scored, and with a free throw here can make it a 2-point game. Right now 17-14, Damari Sexton, junior from Charlotte, misses the free throw. So it stays at 17-14 with 11:10 remaining in the first half. Going parallel to the midcourt line as Jared Hurd gets the ball across to McIntyre. McIntyre, the main offensive threat so far, has been able to cut inside and find his way for 3. Now he burns a timeout with 10:59 left to go in the first half. Bluefield down by 3 after the and one from Damari Sexton. (17-14), 10:55 left to go in the game in the first half. McIntyre spins it on in the near corner. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Goes inside under the hoop. Chucks up a prayer. Almost went in. Marcus Kirkland, that was not a bad effort with 3-man in his face. Omega Stitt passes near side to Monte Evans. The defense caught up to him and right. So Stitt gives back to Evans. This time launches a 3. Nothing but net to tie the game with 10.5 minutes remaining in the first half. 17-17, Bluefield back in it. A 7-0 run for the Rams. McIntyre with the ball over his head, passes inside Hamilton, feeds right, pumps along, misses the 2 on the short end, but it's tipped right back in off the hands of Dustin Latson. So now 19-17, ending the run for Bluefield. It's a 2-point lead for Reinhardt. Dangerous pass near the student section on the far side, and Jeremiah Jenkins can't keep it inside. McIntyre bounces the ball in. Josh Daniels, the point guard, working with McIntyre, the 2 main guards. Latson spotted up in the top of the key, passes Syfor right wing. Syfor angles for space and pivots it out to McIntyre. Latson down the far baseline, underhands Daniels left wing, gives it back to Syfor. Lots of passing around for Reinhardt, nobody's open. Inside Reed to Rogers, he powers up a short shot and misses. Rebounded by Ben Grove, gives the Stitt, feeds Jeremiah Jenkins, far wing, long 2, rattles its way home. 19-19 the score, tying it right back up for Bluefield with 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half. McIntyre with a no-look chest pass onto the far side for Latson, returns Syfor at the top of the key. Syfor back with it, trades the ball around with McIntyre. Jeremiah Jenkins matched up with him on defense as the Rams set up in a zone. Jeremiah Jenkins watches the pass go inside to Daniels. He passes to Rogers, no good. Another short 2 missed by the big man. Omega Stitt maneuvers his way through the middle, gives to Evans, 3 on the way, rattles right through the 10. 3-point lead for Bluefield, 22-19. Transition jumpers for the Rams. McIntyre wants some help. Side 4 passes in the near side for Ladson. Haven't been able to penetrate in with ease as Rogers has missed his last 2 layups. Rogers at the free throw line. Kick out near side. Daniels drives right baseline and fouled as he went up for the short 2 on the layup. That was with 9 seconds on the shot clock. 8:40 remaining in the first half. Daniels looking at the rim with a chance to make it a 1-point game. It's the first free throw with ease. New players coming in for Reinhardt. Ladson will remain in the game as Jervon Walker checks in for the first time, the senior from Augusta, Georgia. Lots of Georgia guys on this team. As a matter of fact, there's only one not from Georgia. That's Kyle Smith. He's from Willis, Texas. Daniels misses the second. Ben Grove was tying his shoes. Maybe just had a lane violation, so now Daniels hits the second free throw or gets another try at it. Now he misses it first and then rolls it in. Boy, confusing set of circumstances there. 22-21. After the lane violation, he got a third try at a free throw there. 8:38 left to go in the first half. Rams lead by 1. Omega Stitt powers his way towards the top of the key and passes right wing Jeremiah Jenkins. Tries to penetrate inside, hands off for Paris Stevens. Stevens on a crossover dribble, gives outside to Brandon Shields. Long 2, it's good. Had his foot on the line, only counts for a deuce. Not an inch back, that is a 3. And instead called for a 2 at 24-21. In the lane, here comes Walker, passes out to Daniels, powers his way inside, off the glass, no good. Snagged on a rebound by Paris Stevens. Stevens outlets Jeremiah Jenkins, jogs into the right wing, underhands it back to Omega Stitt, and passes top of the key Stevens. Rams with 7:50 left to go in the first half, and a 3-point lead to show for it. Here's Paris Stevens, angles his way to the left, his pass tipped and stolen away, flung back in. McIntyre couldn't pick it up on the save from Jervon Walker, who had a great effort to keep that ball alive, and McIntyre was not ready, who soccer kicks it out of bounds into the Reinhardt sideline. 10 seconds left to go in the shot clock. Passes inside to Omega Stitt, finds Brandon Shields, puts it back on the deck. Couple of pump fakes, bad shot, no good on the putback. It should be a reset shot clock. Going up for 2, it is a foul called on Paris Stevens. Rather, he was fouled in the effort, so now he's going to go up for 2 at the free throw line. Boy, Brandon Shields has not taken very many short shots before. It's almost looked out of character to shoot from 5 feet there. So Paris Stevens with a chance to make this a 2-possession game with the sink of 1 free throw. And he does just that. It's the first free throw to make it 25-21. Right back into the ball game. Site 4 goes out. Paris Stevens deliberately taking the time, shoots again, hits the second free throw. 26-21, Rams lead by 5. 7:34 to play in the first half. DeMonte Evans checks out, Naquan Cousins goes back in. 7.5 minutes remain before halftime. Josh Daniels and Reinhardt have kept this game close. Right pass is Hurd, feeds right wing for Daniels. Entry lob inside to Kirkland, bounces down low, and Hurd fouled as he was under the basket looking for 2. First free throw is good for Jared Hurd. Second free throw is good. 26-23. Omega Stitt passes on the far side. Ben Grove, he is packed by Kirkland, but a foul is called in the effort. So now Ben Grove goes to the line for a couple. Grove, the center sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. Going up against some fellow ATL natives as he misses the first free throw, 26-23. 7:12 remaining. Second shot, good for Ben Grove. Jared Hurd, long lob in, pumping for two, and he walked on the entry lob to Jervon Walker. Walked in the effort on the stutter step. Here's Jeremiah Jenkins, lobs it up to Omega Stitt across the timeline. Had men going behind him. Passed it down low to Paris Stevens. And a foul called on right as Stevens stormed his way in the lane. Trying to draw the charge instead of block. And that is the fifth foul on Reinhardt in the half. Will not be a shooting foul. 6:58 left to go. Starting to get in the back and forth of fouls here as Jeremiah Jenkins passes the ball inside, trying to do so on the inbounds. Goes to Omega Stitt in the near corner, retreats it back to the left wing. Penetrates inside, jumps for two, no good. And now he'll go to the line again. So after Reinhardt was pretty successful in avoiding fouls, they're able to rack up 5 in a matter of a few minutes. So shooting foul, Omega Stitt to the line, the 6'2 sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. First free throw tickles the twine. 28-23. Omega Stitt rolls the ball home, and a 6-point lead accumulates for Bluefield College. Down the floor for Reinhardt. McIntyre has been cold, and that's why the Rams have been able to reach a 6-point lead. He now has it in the right wing and curls the ball back around to the left wing with a handoff to Hurd. Bounces near side Ladson, entry lob inside Rogers, kick out. McIntyre, left wing three, swirls in and out, rebounded by Stevens. Rams trying to benefit off of the rare miss. Omega Stitt into the front court. Goes inside on the left block, bounces far corner. Brandon Shields whips it out, right wing three. Jeremiah Jenkins, and one 4-point play. A possibility coming up with this free throw. Wow, for Jeremiah Jenkins. The junior from Norfolk to the line. And all of a sudden the Rams have a 9-point lead. 32-23. Double-digit lead if he hits this free throw. A career 80% free throw shooter, and he got it. 33-23, 10-point lead for Bluefield College. Jared Hurd across the timeline, bounces far corner. Ladson gives onto the far corner, back around for McIntyre, who curls the ball out to the logo for Hurd. Passes near wing, Ladson. Rams defensively trying to keep Reinhardt stagnant. Entry bounce inside to Hurd, give at the elbow for Kirkland. Gives to Kirkland, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ladson feeds McIntyre, goes inside, backdoor cut for Hurd. Layup is no good, stick back falls, and an offensive foul. Called on Rogers over the back. Chris Rogers almost had the two to make it an 8-point game, and instead it's the 6th foul for Reinhardt, giving both of these teams 6 fouls in the first half so far. Now both teams in the bonus. Next foul goes to the line no matter what. Jeremiah Jenkins working on McIntyre offensively. Passes into the near wing. Evans bounces left block. Ben Grove kicks it back out top of the key. Jeremiah Jenkins thought about the three. Underhands near corner. Evans with 15 on the shot clock. Double team and a straight mug by Rogers. After the steal, passes up to Ladson. Goes for the foul and misses the layup and gets the foul, so he will go to the line. 17 foul on Bluefield. 5:28 left to go in the first half. First free throw missed off the mark for Latson. (33-23), a 10-point lead for Bluefield with 5.5 minutes to play. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Sexton. Across the timeline goes Ben Grove. Oh, that almost was a backcourt. Jeremiah Jenkins overheads a pass near corner. Damari Sexton on a shake. Drives inside, fouled. Cameron Walters with the foul. Almost had the clear block. But instead, Sexton to the line for a couple. Biggest play of the first half, the 4-point play from Jeremiah Jenkins. That was the last three. So Sexton has himself an and one in the first half as well. Shoots and misses the free throw. He's 0 of 2 at the line so far. Jamison Syfor into the ball game. Jared Hurd checks off. Sexton bends the knee, shoots again. This time it's true from 15 feet away at the charity stripe. So 34-23, Rams lead by 11. Reinhardt hasn't scored a basket in a year. Latson passes far side, Syfor. Thought about the entry lob, instead kicks it top of the key. McIntyre gives it back to Latson, cuts inside. Defensive foul after Brandon Shields tried to draw the charge, was not set, so Latson goes back to the line. First free throw, no good. Dustin Latson, the freshman, has been ice cold at the charity stripe, and the Rams are benefiting so far. Latson flicks the wrist, swirls it in. So still a 10-point lead, 34-24. Rams lead by double digits. Sexton bounces into the near side. It's stolen away. Back on the lob for Latson, and he lays it up and in. That's a good break for Reinhardt to make it 34-26. 8-point lead. Rams cannot get into this swing where they can't get the ball across the timeline. They do with Jeremiah Jenkins. Passes back top of the key for Paris Stevens. This far wing, Jeremiah Jenkins wants a screen from Ben Grove, doesn't get it. Jenkins feeds Evans, back in the near side wing, bounces far wing for Jenkins. Chucks up a three, no good from the top of the arc. 4:24 left to go in the first half. Latson penetrates inside, underhands back to Kirkland. McIntyre in the right wing, one arms to pass into the far side, Syfor. Rams on defense have made it hard for Reinhardt. Bounce inside to Walter, spins a pass, and it's picked away by Evans. Kirkland was the intended receiver of that pass and could not get it. Evans drives inside, throws the pass into the right block. Stevens loops up a layup, can't get the roll. Wasn't a great looking shot, but it almost went in. McIntyre trying to slow the ball game down now as he jogs the ball at a leisurely pace across the timeline on the near sideline. Left to right goes Reinhardt with an 8-point deficit in front of them. Bluefield College leading 34-26. From the right block, bounce pass top of the key. Walters gets the assist, and Blake McIntyre sinks another three. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Rams led by 11, 6 points unanswered. Inside out to Sexton, right wing three. Can't get the roll from the right wing as the ball hit the front of the rim. Back into the front court goes Syfor. Onto the right wing, left-handed dribble, walks it back towards the logo, feeds McIntyre. On a pump fake, goes down inside to Kirkland, spins for space, lays it up and in with a left hand. 34-31, 8 unanswered for Reinhardt. Devontae Evans finds Jeremiah Jenkins. Dribbles his way into the far corner, drives baseline, loops up a 5-footer. No good, tipped in the air and snagged by Walters on a defensive rebound with 2:50 left to go in the first half. Bluefield College led by 11. 8 unanswered for Reinhardt, and they have a chance to make it a 1-point game or tie it up here. Far side, entry lob into Kirkland, and a jump ball called on the tie-up. It was a quick tie-up. Possession arrow points the way of Reinhardt. So they keep the ball with 2:39 left to go in the first half. They have 14 on the shot clock. Kick out for the inbounds pass to Seifor at the top of the key. Swings it down low, nobody was there, and the ball goes back to Bluefield off of the turnover. Good defensive stance by the Rams, only leading by 3. Trying to snap this 8-0 run. Ryan Jenkins to inbound the ball, gets it into Omega State, returns it back to the point guard from the 7-5-7 in Virginia. 2.5 minutes left to go. Jeremiah Jenkins working on McIntyre, crosses over across the timeline with now 20 on the shot clock. No look pass to Stitt, feeds Evans, far corner 3. Yes, sir. Rams needed that bad. 37-31, and the run is over for Reinhardt. Previously at 8-0, 2:10 left to go in the first half. McIntyre walks the ball towards the top of the key, wants some help, and passes near side Josh Daniels. Couple of pump fakes, chest passes towards Seifor at the logo, returns Daniels near side, dribbles baseline, double team, finds Seifor, whips it over to the left wing. McIntyre, another 3, connects again. Well, he has almost single-handedly made this a ball game. 37-34. The threes continuing to fall for the Georgia freshman. And a foul called as the Rams get the ball across the timeline to Ben Grove. He had Walters behind him, kind of pulling on him a little bit. So it's the 9th foul on Reinhardt. Ben Grove to the line for a 1-and-1. Bend to the knees. Grove hits the first of a 1-and-1. Back up to a 2-possession lead for the Rams at 38-34. So Grove, the Atlanta native, shoots again. Misses the second of the 1-and-1. So the Rams have a 4-point lead with 1:40 left to go in the first half. Josh Daniels jogs across onto the left wing, cuts back inside from the top of the perimeter, tripped up as he went inside, but officials deemed that it was a foul. Daniels from the free throw line. Shoots the front end of a 1-and-1, nothing but net, 38-35, so a chance to cut this lead down to 2. Rams have led by as much as 11. Second for Daniels. Once again, true through the net without the rim, 38-36. 1:30 left to go in the first half. Reinhardt trying to go into the locker room with a lead or possibly a tie. 1:24 left to go as Omega State has the heavy defense of Blake McIntyre in front of him. Stitt passes near side, back into the game, or into the game for the first time, Kevon Wright. Passes over on the right side, no good. Damari Sexton from 11 feet away. Rebounded by Kirkland. He sprints across the timeline. Down the middle, passes near wing for Josh Daniels. On a crossover, gives it back to Kirkland. Feeds McIntyre. He dishes onto the far side for Daniels and retreats it back out to the far corner. And one arms a pass to the new man in the game, and Kyle Smith, the only non-Georgia native on the Reinhardt roster. 10 on the shot clock, 50 game clock. Kirkland loads up and ties the game from a long 2 from the top of the key. 38-38. What a storm back for Reinhardt, and this is similar to what we saw the last time Bluefield was here. Double-digit lead against Union in the first half, and the Bulldogs were able to come back. Meanwhile, the Rams in the front court. Kevon Wright gets fouled, and the way he reacted, looks like he got raked in the face. He seems to be okay. 10th foul, though, on Reinhardt, so Kevon Wright's going to shoot 2. Sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina. That is really the hub of where Richard Morgan does a lot of his recruiting. See that in guys from the Norfolk area. And previous years, but mostly Raleigh and Greensboro. First free throw, no good. (38-38) the score. Kevon Wright trying to give the Rams the lead with a second of 2 free throws. Missed the first one. Rams right to left, right wearing number 0. Hits the second free throw. 39-38, Rams lead by 1. 30 seconds. Counting down, shot clock is still on. About a 2-second differential. 20 seconds game clock, 18 shot clock. McIntyre trying to waste the time all the way down to when he needs to shoot. McIntyre spots up with the defense. Omega Stitt, 10 on the shot clock. Now at 9, Josh Daniels, left wing. Bounces inside, wide open man. Walters jumps to the hoop and scores to give Reinhardt the lead. Rams looking for the buzzer beater. Passes into Omega Stitt. No time to waste. Kevon Wright at the buzzer. It is too short on the long court heave. Reinhardt, what a storm back for the Eagles. They go into halftime leading by 1, 40-39. We'll be back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ready to start the second half. Bluefield College down by 1 after giving up an 11-point lead. Reinhardt starts with the ball. McIntyre, who had 17 points in the first half, jogs into the left wing, spotted up by Jeremiah Jenkins. Rams led by DeMonte Evans, who had 14 for Bluefield after a big couple of threes. He was 4 of 4 from beyond the arc as Rogers powers his way in with a right-handed hook shot. 42-39, Rams going left to right now. Naquan Cousins bounces left block. Nick Roberts jumps to the rim and scores after pounding the ball off of the window. 42-41 now. Rams back within 19 and a half minutes remaining in this game. If the Rams can really bog down McIntyre, they have a chance. He has almost single-handedly put them back into this game. Right with a hard bounce pass, top of the key. Kirkland drives inside on Sexton, spins for space. Chest pass Rogers, left wing. Hands it back off to McIntyre. His entry lob tipped and stolen by Nick Roberts. Roberts passes Sexton, tiptoes his way down the near sideline. Sexton drives inside, hook with the right hand, and one. Fist pumps galore for Sexton. And now goes to the line for an and one to be completed. Rams back up in this one, 43-42. Well, Sexton has been able to showcase some athleticism already in this game as he zigs and zags his way inside to the paint. 43-42, Rams leading by 1. Bluefield College trying to snap a losing streak at home after losing to Union in their last game, but also looking for their 8th win of the season and trying to get to dead 500 in the AAC. Sexton hits the free throw after struggling at the charity stripe in the first half. So now here comes Reinhardt, down 44-42, right to left. Josh Daniels, the point guard, on a size mismatch. Nick Roberts had him in his face, passes near corner. Syfor with the 3, no good. Walters offensive rebound, easy stick back. And without the size down low, Cameron Walters was able to get that done pretty easily. 44-44, both teams tied up now. A near pass to Naquan Cousins, feeds on the near side for Damari Sexton, goes down the baseline, misses the layup. Loose ball tipped into the hands of Paris Stevens. His step back, no good. Another rebound for Sexton. Lost the ball inside. Kirkland wrestling with him as Sexton feeds Roberts at the free throw line, shoots from 15. Back iron, no good, and Cameron Walters pulls down the board. Ugly possession for Bluefield College as Josh Daniels scurries his way into the far corner. Rams settling back in on defense as Naquan Cousins is in the face of Syfor. No look down low on Kirkland as he lays it up and in. 46-44. Reinhardt back up by 2. And a walk called off of the inbounds pass on Jeremiah Jenkins. 18:07 left to go in this ball game, and Bluefield College is down by 2 after a quick storm of points for Reinhardt. Blake McIntyre overheads a pass at the logo for Kirkland and whips a chest pass onto the far side for Josh Daniels. That student section has started to waver its way out here. Unfortunately for the Rams, need some energy in the second half. McIntyre into the right wing, overheads a pass top of the key. Syfor feeds left wing. Daniels bounces it left block for Cameron Walters. 10 on the shot clock. Gives at the free throw line for Kirkland. Bounces right block. Daniels, no look pass. Right wing 3. McIntyre, back iron, miss, and a pull down rebound by Sexton. Fair miss by McIntyre, and now Jeremiah Jenkins has possession right in front of his coach and Richard Morgan with 17 and a half minutes remaining. Rams are down by 2, 46-44. Passes top of the key for Paris Stevens, wings it onto the left wing for Jeremiah Jenkins, and overheads it back to Sexton. Scurries his way down the paint and misses with the right hand. Maybe got a piece of it there as Daniels goes into the front court, logs up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Kirkland for Reinhardt, and now passes top of the key for Syfor. Thought about the shot and instead gave it back to McIntyre in the left wing, who jogs it back into the right wing with 10 on the shot clock, 11 game clock. Reinhardt going backwards here. McIntyre's in the left wing, has to cut around looking for space, pulls up left wing 3. Air ball at the buzzer, sweeps it back in from Walters, but it's a shot clock violation. So McIntyre ran out of space there and definitely ran out of time at the logo. 16:51 left to go in the game. Jeremiah Jenkins trying to spin the ball forth for Bluefield College. He does to Damari Sexton, and the give right back to the point guard. Jeremiah Jenkins offensively a little bit quiet. He did have that 1 4-point play in the first half. Rams would love to see some more shots out of him as he has the ball in the near corner with McIntyre in his face. 16 and a half minutes to play, gets a screen, goes to the left, and a kick ball called. Actually making a foul on Cameron Walters after Jeremiah Jenkins had kicked it. So it puts the shot clock back up to 20, 16:34 left to go in the game. Damari Sexton from the near side passes Jeremiah Jenkins, logo, jogs left wing, crossover dribble, step back three, on the way, too short, bounces out of bounds on the far side. So I had the space and thought, why not take it, but he misses. So 46-44, the score remains in favor of the Eagles with 16:24 left to go. Josh Daniels jogging right in front of Richard Morgan on the near sideline. Paris Stevens, man-to-man defense for Bluefield. Goes off of the screen. Daniels picked up by Roberts off of the switch. Daniels goes down the lane, misses the shot off the front rim. It's no good. Jeremiah Jenkins passes up to Damari Sexton going 1-on-2. Skies to the rim and scores with a right hand. Damari Sexton back-to-back offensive plays for Bluefield. 46-46 the score. All tied up. Under 16 minutes left to play. Josh Daniels with a left-handed dribble. Passes top of the key. McIntyre launches a three. No good. Great rebound by Naquan Cousins. Cousins tries to push the ball forward, and Reinhardt was all there, so he waits for his teammates to join him as the Rams cross at midcourt. So it's 46-46. Into the right wing. Evans feeds Jeremiah Jenkins in the near corner. Richard Morgan right behind him. Here you guys the bounce pass inside on the right block. Nick Roberts. Roberts off of a double team. Needs some space. Passes left wing. Cousins. Cousins pass tipped into the face of Naquan Cousins, or excuse me, Sexton for the shot clock. Cousins for three. Nothing but net as the buzzer sounds. And at the possession. 49-46. Rams needed that. Timeout called by Reinhardt. Almost disastrous for Bluefield, and Naquan Cousins sinks the long three from the left wing. We'll be back in a moment. 15-10 remaining in this game, and the Rams up by 3. Back into the game, Rams leading by 3 off of the Reinhardt timeout, 49-46. Naquan Cousins buried the long jumper as the shot clock was winding down. Josh Daniels moving his way around the fan to the far wing, passes top of the key, Kirkland. Kirkland bounces right wing, McIntyre. McIntyre drives it onto the left wing and hands it off back to Kirkland. 7 seconds shot clock. Kirkland clumsily goes in the lane. It's picked away by Cousins, and his pass was tipped into the hands of Josh Daniels. Back right to left goes Reinhardt. Euro step, handoff Kirkland. Right-handed hook shot good. Just like that, a big swing off of the turnover, 49-48. After the Rams had numbers, the pass could not be cleanly taken as Paris Stevens, and the effort went to the floor to get the ball and had to call a timeout. 49-48, 14.5 minutes remaining. We'll take another break. Welcome back, everyone. Logan Hinnett, the defensive end for Bluefield this year, also a cheerleader. The kids that normally mop up everything are too busy running around and distracting everyone, so we're going to just have one of our cheerleaders mop it up. It's a good job by Logan Hinnett. Do the job. So Naquan Cousins ready to throw the ball in. He does. Inbounds the ball to Damari Sexton. 49-48 the score. 14.5 minutes left to go. Jeremiah Jenkins flips the ball across the timeline near wing. Sexton, left-handed drive. Swings it back on the far corner. Cousins overheads a pass at the logo. Long passes for Bluefield as Jeremiah Jenkins has 8 on the shot clock at the logo. Latson in his face, passes left wing. Stevens, 5 on the shot clock. Bounces around to Roberts. Baseline jumper, good. Another basket with a shot clock running down. Bluefield College is back up by 3. That's 2 baskets in a row for the Rams that have fallen with the buzzer sounding in the background. 13:55 in this game as Daniels goes parallel, far wing to the right wing. Passes near side Kirkland. Underhands Latson on a drive. Right block, kick out far corner. Daniels, big jump stop, lays it up and in. Went down the right baseline and scored 51-50. Right wing, Paris Stevens, underhands long 2. Nick Roberts, too short. Tipped into the hands of Damari Sexton, under the basket. Turns around, blocked by Cameron Walters. Loose ball corralled by Latson and fouled in the backcourt. Paris Stevens thought it was a clean swat of the ball, and instead it is a foul on the Bluefield forward. 51-50 the score, 13:24 left to go in this game. Blake McIntyre, 17 points in the first half. He's been kind of quiet the second half in the first 7 minutes. McIntyre flings the ball into the far side for Latson. Latson goes on a clean penetrate in and scores after being pushed in the paint. Bluefield College down by 1 again, 52-51. 1-point lead for Reinhardt. Naquan Cousins gets the ball across the timeline and returns it into the hands of Jeremiah Jenkins. 12:50 left to go in the game. Jenkins with McIntyre following him in a man-to-man. Backs up near the timeline. 15 on the shot clock. Sexton in the near corner. Number 5 fakes the pass and instead dishes it onto the top of the key for Paris Stevens. Roberts with it now. Lob inside. Naquan Cousins and fouled. So that for Bluefield will give them the ball back with 20 seconds on the shot clock now and 3 fouls on Reinhardt. 12:36 remaining in this game. Right side, Jeremiah Jenkins. Passes inside to Damari Sexton, and it's tipped out of bounds by Latson. Bluefield College down by 1, 52-51, just like what we saw in the women's game. Back and forth in this ball game, but the Rams giving up that 11-point lead in the first half. Sexton in front of his own bench, bounces up top of the key for Paris Stevens. Goes to the left side and gives it on to the far corner. Jeremiah Jenkins with the 3 and fouled again. He didn't hit it this time, but now Bluefield College's best free throw shooter goes to the line for 3 of them. Trying to take the lead back, has a chance to tie it or take a 2-point lead here. Had a 4-point play in the first half. First free throw is good to tie it up from Jeremiah Jenkins. Rams going left to right, 52-52. They have not won at home since November 26th of 2019. Jenkins misses the second one, uncharacteristic miss. So 2 of the 3 good for Jeremiah Jenkins, 53-52, 1-point lead for the Rams with 12:25 left to go in this game. McIntyre a bit of trouble as he bounces across the timeline to Kirkland on the far sideline wearing number 5 in the navy blue jersey. One arm's a pass on the near side, McIntyre. Now he runs to the far side. His pass nearly dropped by Latson. Instead, he picks it up and goes his way towards the hoop and misses. Here's Paris Stevens in trouble. Gets out of that trouble. 1 on 4 he goes. Passes far corner. Jeremiah Jenkins hits 3. Good! Rams needed that again. 4-point lead for Bluefield. Timeout called by Richard Morgan. A full timeout. 56-52, 11:57 left to play. (56-52) the score. Rams are up by 4 off of the make from Jeremiah Jenkins, Bluefield College. Well, they're trying to get their first win at home since November. Been a long time. Kirkland ready to pass the ball in. Kirkland gets the ball back from McIntyre, trading it around off the full court press. Bluefield College making it troublesome for Kirkland. Bounces the ball and just gets the ball across the timeline. Bounces far block, for Walters. And now back into the hands of McIntyre with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Daniels back with it, left wing. They get 9 on the shot clock. Daniels onto the far side. Underhands Walters, has to think about a shot. Kick out far corner. Kirkland with 3 on the shot clock. Euro steps his way and shoots at the buzzer and rolls it in. Reinhardt getting it done on that drive from Kirkland. Marcus Kirkland, the junior from Statesboro. Crossover for Jeremiah Jenkins with McIntyre in his face. Spins the ball onto the far wing for Naquan Cousins. 11:10 left to go in the game. 56-54. Monte Evans back in it with Bluefield. As Jeremiah Jenkins passes top of the keeper, Sexton. Evans back with it, 5 on the shot clock. Looking for someone to pass to. Gives inside to Naquan Cousins. Gives to Sexton, shoots to the buzzer. Back iron no good. Nick Roberts swats the ball in the air, but it's pulled away by Josh Daniels for Reinhardt. Daniels passes it near side. McIntyre, pump fake, dribble drive, inside, floats, no good. Rebounded by Naquan Cousins. Should have called same teams because DeMonte Evans was right behind him on his back. Passes over Jeremiah Jenkins, spins out of the defensive Latson, underhands over to DeMonte Evans. Bounce pass right wing, Naquan Cousins, front rim, no good on the 3. And now Reinhardt has it back and slows the game down. That was going back and forth in ping pong fashion to Josh Daniels now across midcourt. 10:15 left to go in the game. 56-54, Reinhardt down by 2. Daniels pulls up, left elbow, back iron miss, rebounded by Daniels, gets it back up and shoots again. On the second try, he ties the game. Might frustrate Richard Morgan with the big man down there, bounces down low to Nick Roberts, gets hacked as he goes up with the left hand, and he's pulled up by Latson. So Nick Roberts to the line to try to break this 56-56 tie. (56-56) the score. Roberts, first free throw. Nothing but net. 57-56, and the Rams have the lead back. Clock is halted at 9:58 in this game. Bluefield College attempting to hand Reinhardt their 13th loss of the season, and this would be the 7th win of the year in the AAC for Bluefield College. Roberts spins the ball wearing number 21, and he hits both of his free throws. Ben Grove comes into the game for Roberts. Jeremiah Jenkins gets a breather. Omega Stitt back into the game as well. 58-56, Rams lead by 2. Reinhardt, after being down by 11, has made this a close game. Josh Daniels spins onto the left wing, retreats back out with Ben Grove on defense. Kirkland passes near side Cyfor. Entry lob inside. Rogers goes up for two. Smacked away by Damari Sexton. 13 on the shot clock and 9:41 game clock. Obviously, the ball stays with Reinhardt as the ball went into the cheerleaders for Bluefield College on the baseline. Left side of the hoop. Daniels spins it up into the air for Blake McIntyre. 10 on the shot clock, passes far wing Cyfor. Returns McIntyre. He dishes left wing for Daniels. Goes up for two and misses the layup off of the backboard without the rim, and it's pulled down by Naquan Cousins. 9.5 minutes remain. Omega Stitt working on Daniels across the timeline. Goes straight down the lane. Bounces to Ben Grove off target, but he got the layup to go, and when he went for the reverse layup, fell down, took Stitt down with him. It won't matter. 60-56. Good job by Stitt of just going down the lane, finding the open cutter in Ben Grove. 9:05 left to go in the game. Cyfor in the left wing. Right-handed dribble, overheads it onto the far side. McIntyre. Look for the three. Instead, Stutter steps it back to Daniels. Daniels feeds Kirkland, dribbles, and the ball goes awry, but a foul called on DeMonte Evans. Second foul on Bluefield with 8:54 left to go in this ball game. Wasn't a shooting foul. Passes coming up on the inbounds from Reinhardt. And one. Reinhardt back to the line. Rogers trying to make it a 1-point game. Rebounded by Sexton off of the miss. 60-58, 2-point game. Sexton bounces back for Jeremiah Jenkins. Jenkins goes across the timeline, calls for someone to help him. McIntyre right in his face, gets the screen from Ben Grove. Jenkins pulls up, top of the key, nothing but net. Good screen by Ben Grove, and Jeremiah Jenkins heating up from beyond the arc. It's a 5-point game, 63-58. 8:25 left to go in the ball game. McIntyre hands off Daniels. Crossover dribble wearing number 3 into the right wing. Lost the ball, was poked loose by Stitt. Got it back, passes far corner, and McIntyre drills another tray in front of the Bluefield College student section. Timeout called. It's a 2-point game once more. 63-61. 8:16 left to go. Welcome back. Still a close game. 63-61 the score. There's Stevens, passes it over to Stevens. Or Sexton returns it back to Stevens. Loose ball picked out of the air by Stevens. Passes far corner. DeMonte Evans loads up a 3. Got it! 66-61. Rams up by 5. 7:58 left to go in this game. Blake McIntyre with the give over to Daniels on a right-handed dribble. Goes to the top of the key and bounces Cypher left wing. Entry bullet into Hamilton, or excuse me, Kirkland. Kick out three, no good. As it's missed by McIntyre. Rebounded by DeMonte Evans. Rams trying to add to this 5-point lead. DeMonte Evans trying to go coast to coast, pass far baseline. Sexton puts the ball on the deck and shoots from 12 feet and scores. 68-61, 7-point lead for the Rams, their largest lead of the second half. 7:23 left to go. Daniels, couple of shimmy shake moves, chest passes left wing. McIntyre, underhand Cypher, loads up a three. Back iron miss, rebounded by Sexton. Had a man behind him and the ball was nearly poked loose by Javon Walker. But instead the Rams get the ball across the timeline with now a commanding lead seemingly at 7. The Reinhardt bench chanting defense. The Rams trying to score despite that. Paris Stevens underhands DeMonte Evans. Drives inside, shoots, and fouled as he went down to the floor. A little bit of words exchanged between DeMonte Evans as well as Javon Walker. Excuse me, Cypher. Now Evans to the line for a couple. First free throw, good. 69-61. Second one, good as well. 70-61, 9-point lead for the Rams. .645 left to go in this game. Bounce onto the free throw line. Kirkland spins and a block called on Ben Grove at the free throw line. Fourth foul on Bluefield. It will not be a shooting foul. Logan Hennett comes in to mop up the sweat on the paint. Richard Morgan wanted that travel call. McIntyre from the left side. Ready to mop it up again. I don't really know how much that mop does. Well, after the spring cleaning is over, 6:40 left to go. Blake McIntyre trying to throw the ball in. There's been some sort of stop here, and they have deemed that the mop is not doing a good job, so we're going to take a dish rag, basically, to wipe up all of the sweat on the floor. So this has stopped the game for a while now. They throw the towel on the far side. Let's see if we get that back. 70-61. McIntyre from the left side of the hoop. Bounces into the near corner. Daniels could not get it. Sexton popped the ball up into the air. And it now will be an inbounds pass right in front of the sideline for Reinhardt. Passes into Daniels cleanly this time. Runs onto the far wing. Wants somebody cut back left side. Passes Latson onto the top of the key. Number 24 hands it back off to McIntyre. Reverses back for Kirkland. Feeds it into McIntyre. Drives left baseline. Shoots in and out. No good. Rebounded by Evans. 70-61. The score remains. Rams leading by 9 as Evans overheads a pass to Sexton intended for Jenkins. And Sexton gives it back to the point guard. Maya Jenkins passes far side Evans. He's had a good second half, a good all-around game. Sexton, top of the key, gives it back to DeMonte Evans. Passes Sexton far corner, 8 on the shot clock, 6 minutes game clock. Sexton drives to the left elbow and pounds it in on a 15-foot jumper. 11-point lead ties the largest of the game for Bluefield College. 5:50 left to go in this one. Reinhardt has showed the ability to rally back, though, as we saw in the first half. Top of the key, Latson dribbles onto the right side of the paint and fouled as he went About 5 feet away from the basket, 5:39 left to go. Top of the key miss for Ladson. Excuse me, free throw miss. 72-61. We've been here a long time, people. Second free throw, no good. Rogers gets the offensive rebound, pounds it up with 2 hands, missed again, and it goes out of bounds off of the big man for Reinhardt. Bluefield to get the ball back, leading by 11 with 5:34 left to go. Sexton bounces to Jeremiah Jenkins with Daniels on a man-to-man press. Sexton cutting across the timeline into a double-team trap, picks it back up and swings at the logo for Jeremiah Jenkins. 72-61 the score. Monte Evans, right wing, in front of Ladson. A left-handed dribble, tries to hand it off. Paris Stevens does so, not cleanly. Stevens swings the ball out into the far corner, and a charge drawn by Kirkland as Stevens dribbled inside of the lane. And Kirkland forces the ball back into the hands of Reinhardt on the turnover with 5:13 left to go in the game. 11-point lead for Bluefield, though, 72-61. Now the mop again, so I believe we're going to have to bring out another dish rag because there's no way that that mop works. Once again, it is pretty warm in Bluefield today, right around 67 degrees, which is very warm for anywhere in Appalachia in January. And we don't have air conditioning here, so the sweat starts to puddle up, obviously. And now Corey Mullins getting it done. 72-61, 5:13 left to go. Point lead for Bluefield College. And Josh Daniels and the Eagles cut this back down. Hurd swings it into the left block. Rogers, hard dribble, right hook, hits in. 72-63, 9-point game. 4:50 left to go in this ball game. Jeremiah Jenkins out of a midcourt trap spins the ball across the timeline to Mari Sexton and gives it at the logo for Stitt. As with more guards, and the only big man really is Ben Grove as Evans swings it near corner, and the ball is nearly stolen by Hurd. Instead, it goes out of bounds. He tried to kick the ball off of Stitt and did not get the call he wanted. 4:36 left to go. Jeremiah Jenkins walks over to throw this ball in. 14 on the shot clock for Bluefield as the Rams line up in a single file line at the free throw line. Now they break free. Jeremiah Jenkins passes onto the corner for Ben Grove, hands it off to Jeremiah Jenkins in a big mismatch with Rogers, and a foul called on the big man for Reinhardt. Chris Rogers is 6'8". Jeremiah Jenkins is 5'8", so he's got a full foot on him. And just from looking at it, maybe a full 60 pounds. And he was D'ing up the point guard for Bluefield. A foul called on Rogers. They laugh about it. Jeremiah Jenkins at the line for a 1-and-1. It's the first. 73-63, 10-point lead for Bluefield. 4:34 left to go. Shoots again, misses, front rim no good. Ladson gets the rebound and pumps it back into the hands of Daniels. 4.5 minutes left to go, 10-point lead. top of the key. Daniels into the right wing. Passes top of the arc for Hurd. Gives over to Kirkland in the near corner. Rams on defense, want another stop. Reinhardt has been pretty slow offensively. Daniels drives, right baseline, floats. Too hard, rebounded by Sexton. Rams can keep this double-digit lead here. Hard bounce over to Omega Stitt. 4 minutes left to go. Stitt drives down the lane, passes far, baseline, Ben Grove, kick out, top of the key. Evans thought about the three, instead keeps it on the deck. Euro step over to Ben Grove, and he tips the ball out of bounds. That was a good feed from DeMonte Evans. Ben Grove swats the ball across the baseline, and now for Bluefield to have to get back on defense. Haven't led by more than 11. Far wing, Josh Daniels passes into the corner, deeper for Blake McIntyre. Only needs a couple of threes to get back into this game. Hurd bounces free throw line. Kirkland steps into a free throw jumper, no good. And it's pulled away by Omega Stitt. Rams going 2-on-3. Here comes the third man of Ben Grove. And Jeremiah Jenkins has it in front of the Bluefield student section onto the far side. Rams with a 10-point lead and a charge drawn as DeMonte Evans backed in. And a flop on McIntyre. So Reinhardt has the ball back 73-63. It'll be interesting if this game can be continuously played for more than 20 seconds without a whistle. 3:23 left to go. Right to left goes Reinhardt, only down by 10, but the time running out on a comeback. Right back into the ball game, wearing number 30. Passes far side, Daniels gives over into the deeper corner for McIntyre. Daniels back with it, cuts in with a Euro step, lost a layup, just went straight up into the air, and Ben Grove picked it away. 73-63, 10-point lead for the Rams, 3 minutes flat left to go. Jeremiah Jenkins drives to the sideline, and Richard Morgan burns a timeout. 2:57 left to go, 73-63. Rams lead by 10 against Reinhardt. Rams back on the floor with the ball, 73-63. They lead with 2:57 left to go. Inbounds a pass to Omega Stitt. Rams had to milk down the clock to find their first win at the Dome since Thanksgiving. Top of the arc, Omega Stitt spins it into the right wing, Jeremiah Jenkins. Jenkins returns Stitt top of the key and gives over to Stevens in the left wing. 5 on the shot clock. Naquan Cousins far corner, 3 on the shot clock, has to shoot at the buzzer. Back iron, no good, rebounded by Rogers. Rogers gives the ball over to Wright, and Blake McIntyre runs the ball across midcourt, 2.5 minutes to play. Reinhardt needs a run if they want to try to come back into this game. Rogers underhands Daniels, gives it back top of the key, Wright. Passes near corner, McIntyre dribbles top of the key again. Top of the arc for Kirkland, passes into the near corner. Rogers, 10 seconds on the shot clock, cuts around for Daniels. Daniels, step back triple. Too short, rebounded by Omega Stitt. Passes far side, Jeremiah Jenkins. Jenkins gets some physicality and a bump there from Kirkland. There's a foul. Richard Morgan wants a flagrant on that, or an intentional foul. officials say he was going for the ball, but it kind of looked like a bump according to Richard Morgan. 2:05 left to go in this game. Hasn't been much rhythm in the last 4 minutes or so, and Reinhardt, at one point in this game, was 63-61. Rams were only up by 2. Jenkins misses the front end of a 1-and-1. This has not been his game at the line. 2 minutes left to go. 10-point lead for Bluefield College. Daniels from the top of the arc. Wants someone to pass it to. Finally gets it off to McIntyre. He's in a trap, penetrates inside, shoots a left-handed layup, no good. Pulled down by Nick Roberts, and a foul called on Kirkland. 9th foul on Reinhardt. Roberts goes to the line for a couple, and I think that might be it. See if Reinhardt tries to foul a little bit more here to delay the inevitable. With 1:47 left to go in this game. 10-point lead. They just got ice cold in the second half. And Bluefield College defensively were able to pick up the boards down low. Roberts front end of a 1-and-1 right through the net. 74-63, 11-point lead. Roberts with a free throw here could give the Rams their largest lead of the ball game. Second free throw off the mark, so it stays at an 11-point game. 1:43 left to go. McIntyre gives the ball into the far corner for Daniels. Lobs it back to McIntyre. Shoots a 3 off the mark. Tipped in the air. Loose ball corralled by Syfor in the near corner. So a fresh 20 for Reinhardt. Swing out far corner 3. McIntyre drills it this time and makes it an 8-point game. So now a timeout called by Reinhardt. 74-66, trying not to end this game just yet, with now 1:28 left to go. Naquan Cousins goes down the baseline, passes in to Jeremiah Jenkins. He's fouled by McIntyre, and here we go. Starting the free throw matchup here. Jeremiah Jenkins with a couple of free throws. Coming up, 10 fouls for Reinhardt. With these couple of free throws here, this could put the game out of final reach with 1:27 left to go. Rams 1:27 away from improving to 8-11. This could be their 7th win of the year in the conference. Jenkins with a couple of bounces. Wearing number 2, shoots. It's the free throw, getting the roll. He looks a bit frustrated. Usually those are just nothing but net for Jenkins, and he knows it. 75-66, but either way it goes in. 9-point lead for Bluefield College. Shoots again. Front rim. He must have the yips or something. He's been hitting that front rim. So a 9-point lead. McIntyre into the front court, passes near corner. Latson drives left baseline, pumps a reverse layup. It's good. Reinhardt only with one timeout, 75-68, a 7-point lead. They're going to have to foul here, and they do. Omega Stitt gets fouled this time, and now he will go to the line for a couple. 1:10 remaining. The Rams' next game after this will be in 4 days against Montreat. on the 15th. And they're not back home until the 22nd against Allen. And the first free throw from Omega Stitt, not good. So Reinhardt, the hope still hanging in. If they hit a 3 on this next possession, it's a 4-point game, presumably with a little under a minute left to go. But now a free throw hit by Stitt. So DeMonte Evans goes back into the ballgame, 76-68, an 8-point lead for the Rams. Near side, Josh Daniels goes to the top of the key, Euro steps, and it's stolen away. Naquan Cousins outlets up to Jeremiah Jenkins, swings it over to Cousins, tried to dunk it from the free throw line. It goes off of the iron and bounces into the sideline for Bluefield College. It's picked away. Here's Paris Stevens, Rams trying to pass the ball around until they get fouled, and they do. Well, Naquan Cousins, friends are going to make fun of him for that because that ball nearly hit the roof. Monte Evans trying to make it a 10-point game. First free throw, good. 77-68. 46.4 seconds remaining. Second one good as well. 78-68, 10-point lead for the Rams. Reinhardt just had a lot of lightning in that first half, and parts of the second half, they kept it close as Daniels hits that layup, 78-70. Here's Naquan Cousins, another try at it. Oh my goodness. Naquan Cousins. It's the dunk show when we get into the final minute, and he has his highlight. 80-70, Bluefield College leads by 10. Double clutch slam dunk. Daniels fouled, and they call an and one. A continuation play. That's an and one. Foul called on Paris Stevens. Count the basket, 80-72. Daniels walked in. A continuation foul. Meanwhile, that's a 7th foul on Bluefield. Rams, at this point, it's almost like they shouldn't even touch Reinhardt. Just let him go. They're going to have to foul you. 80-72. Another whistle blows. They're ready for another substitute. Unfortunately, it feels like for a lot of games at these levels, they just go to an incredible standstill. That's what's happened here. 29.2 seconds. Daniels ready to complete the and one, and he does. 80-73. Reinhardt with one timeout. Shot clock is off. Bluefield College with a 7-point lead with the shot clock off. Reinhardt will have to foul. Jeremiah Jenkins cutting around, gets the ball into the near side. Sexton, he's fouled by Wright. And a couple of free throws coming up. 23.9 seconds remaining. So Reinhardt, they'll fall to 5-13 on the year, 4-9 in the AAC, but a good win for Bluefield. Assuming the unthinkable doesn't happen here in the next 23 seconds. Sexton misses the free throw, though. Kirkland back into the ball game. Misses both of them. 22 seconds left to go. Daniels goes into the front court. Goes down the lane, passes out into the perimeter. Kirkland hands it off to McIntyre, shoots a three. Back iron miss, rebounded by Jenkins. Reinhardt fouls for absolutely no reason. 80-73. At that point, it kind of looked like they were going to call off the Dogs, but with a presumably 3-possession game, and they foul with 9.8 seconds left. So that will do it. Rams fighting their way to get this win. Now at 80-73, Jeremiah Jenkins trying to make it a 9-point game before all said and done with 9.8 seconds remaining. Jenkins' first free throw off the front rim. Well, he is going to work on that in practice for their next game coming up against Montreat. That's a men's only game. The women do not play before that. Jenkins shoots and scores 81-73. 9 seconds left to go. Daniels in the front court. Passes out into the right side for Ladson. Clutches a layup. It's good with 2.8 seconds remaining and a timeout called. Let's try to draw this one up for a 6-point play. 81-75, 2.8 seconds remaining. Well, after Reinhardt conferred what they're going to do in the final 2.8 seconds here, Jamari Sexton ready to pass the ball inbounds, does so to Jeremiah Jenkins, and they call a foul. This could be a big one with 1.6 seconds remaining. And I think the fans are starting to agree with what's the point of fouling with 2.8 seconds remaining. I mean, are they trying to break some sort of record? 81-75. Jenkins looks at the rim, shoots, and scores. So now it's a 7-point game. And that changes everything. 82-75 now the score. Jenkins hits both at the line, 83-75. Long shot, too short. And the Rams pick up the win against Reinhardt to improve to 7-7 in the AAC this year. Now 8-11 in their overall record. Reinhardt falls to 5-13, so that will do it in our basketball doubleheader live from the Rams Digital Sports Network and the Dome in Bluefield, Virginia. Rams pick up the win today, and they'll be back on Wednesday night against Montreat. So until then, my name is Bailey Engel reminding you the final score. Rams get the dub tonight, 83-75.